So, while programming for a producer this week, we got to the biggest part of the song, and the producer said, so the next part, pull out all the bells and whistles and make it even bigger. So what do you do when your biggest part of your song needs to get even bigger in the next section? Watch this. All right, you guys, I'm going to show you something in the form of programming, but it goes for anything that you can think of. Mixing, producing, etc., etc. So let me show you this and show you how I got through it and how I got to the other side. Here we go. Okay, nice tail on those synths. So at 117 here, the producer said, this has got to be the biggest part of the song. This is just the most biggest, glorious part. And then when we got to 129, he said, now it's got to even be bigger. So what do you do when you have the biggest part of the song and turns out it's not? Well, my first inclination was to cut some things back from this part of the song so this sounded bigger. But when I did that, this part of the song right here wasn't big enough coming from this part of the song. And I didn't want to continually shave back things because the producer loved everything that was happening. So, and obviously there's no guitars in this track, no vocals. So, you know, depending on what guitars you have, background vocals, things like that, it's an easy fix to make this part bigger. But that's nothing to tell someone when you're programming. They want to hear it get bigger. To pass the buck onto the guitar player and the vocals and whatever is not what someone wants to hear. So it's my responsibility at this point in the process to find a way to do this. If I give the producer things to sound bigger and grow this orange part all the way out to the end of the song, but he doesn't need these parts once the guitar player and all the singers get on there, that's fine. At this point in the process, I still need to find a way to do what the producer wants. I love programming, so it's always a challenge. It's always fun. So what do you do? I mean, I've got all these synths, I've got all these keyboards going. So there's not much more that I can do from a keyboard, my gosh, aspect. I've got all this going. So there's no more room for any of that. Other than that, I've got bass and drums. It's a 6/8, 12/8 feel or whatever. So I thought, what can I do to enhance the end of this song? And it kind of took me back to my 80s days, like a Peter Gabriel type thing, a world music type thing. And I thought, well, when they say bigger, is that what they mean or is that what they say? And I think what they mean is they want something else to happen. So I decided to go to two old friends, one old friend, Stylus, and come at it from a groove aspect. So what I've added to the end is a djembe and a loop. And I've also doubled up my claps. that being just enough from a programming point of view. No guitars, no vocals, I don't have any overdubs to deal with, as I'm not the producer and I'm not the mixer. This producer does his own stuff, but he wanted me to program. That alone was enough to grow the back of the song. So let me take these out and this out, play it for you without them. Now with. So you can hear when I mute these that the thing that's perpetuating the energy forward goes away. So this is much more about a mentality than it is about a loop and a djembe loop. What we have to do is find ways to crack the code. And it can be something, excuse me, something as simple as that gives the artist or gives the producer their intention. Their intention was that something else happens to the energy of the end of this song. And it was put in my lap to find it. So I chose the groove aspect. And so find a way to get it done. Find a way to make them happy. And just as a side note, don't forget about percussion. I've always said percussion and background vocals are in many ways what separates a record from a great record. So anyway, find a way to get it done. Find a way to listen to the producer's intention, and don't forget about percussion. Well, there you go. A great lesson for me to have to find a way to come through for the producer and give them what they want. No excuses. Find a way to get them what they want. Thanks as always for watching. Give me some comment love and a thumbs up below, and hit me at drbobmusicsurgery@gmail.com if you want to say hello or you want me to work on your music. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you the next time the doctor's in.
This is a banjo, and thank you. There's a big difference between the banjo and the guitar. The banjo has a round pot, it's called, with a skin head stretched over the top, and it projects the sound outward, and the guitar can get you laid.